Hi, my name is Kacy Paide. My business is the Inspired Office. I help people transform their very messy offices into creative workspaces. So it's a very quirky talent. I actually love to help people sort paper and set up paper flow systems that they'll actually use. Most of my clients are creative business owners who are out of sight, out of mind. So I'm a professional organizer with a very unique niche. All I do is organize offices and paper. So the Inspired Office, my business, is technically about 2.5 years old, but I have been a professional organizer since I graduated from college in 2001. And it was actually during my college years that I knew I wanted to work for myself. But it was definitely my study abroad trip to Bali, my junior year in 2000, where I realized I have to work for myself because, here I was, 20 years old, experiencing this adventure of a lifetime that most people never get to experience. And I knew I wanted to return to that place and take trips like it over and over and over and over again. And if I were to come home and take on a real job, I would be stuck in the real job and not able to really carve out the life that I wanted, which was one full of travel and adventure and independence. So you could say back then I was naive enough to start my own business at such a young age, but I'm so glad I started when I started. People, are always asking what are some of the best business decisions you've ever made, what would you do differently? By far, the best business decision I've ever made was to start my business so young. So I've been an organizer since, like I said, 2001. So I've got about 10 years of experience under my belt now. I'm 31 years old, and I am just so glad I started when I did. It wasn't easy back then. The hardest part was getting clients, but I'm so glad that I'm not starting now, and I'm not starting 10 years from now. So my biggest piece of advice to anybody who's starting a business of any age is to just start immediately. When I was in college, I went to a liberal arts college. It wasn't really encouraged of us to start our own businesses. It wasn't, there wasn't much talk of becoming an entrepreneur or carving out something unique for yourself after graduating. It was expected that everybody in my school, of course, would go on, write a resume, show their resume, and get a well-paying job. And it just never, ever crossed my mind to do that. So something else I tell people who want to work for themselves is if there's any small fraction of a desire to do your own thing and work for yourself, that's something that cannot be put back in the box. So once you have that desire, it's too late. You have to do it, or else it will always be this nagging voice in the back of your head telling you that, I really kind of want to start my own business. So especially if you're young, especially if you're in college in your 20s, just do it. Hopefully this channel will be a source of inspiration and support. Starting my own business was the best decision I've ever made, and I love what I do. It wasn't until later in my career, when I was about 28, I guess, that I decided to focus and carve out my niche. But next to starting so young, I'd say finding my niche and focus to just do offices has been the best business decision I've ever made. So when I started my business back then, I didn't really have a model to follow. I didn't know many people, especially my age, or any people my age, who had started their own business. But you just have to put one foot in front of the other and trust that it will work out, because I believe that we all can do one thing that nobody else on the planet can do better than you can. And another thing, I waited until I graduated to start my own business, but it was definitely junior or senior year that I knew I wanted to help people organize. And if I were to have any regrets, I would say it's not starting my business actually while I was in school and reaching out to the community in the neighborhood and just getting my feet wet while I was still a student. So start tomorrow, start yesterday if you can. It's never ever too early to start, and by the time you're my age, 31, you'll be so happy that you have a decade of experience under your belt, because starting from scratch at any age is tough, but well worth it. I wouldn't have it any other way. So again, I'm Kacy Paide. My website is theinspiredoffice.com if you want to learn more. And I very much look forward to sharing more about my experience and helping you guys through these videos in the next few months. Thanks so much.